Tonight on the Fifth Estate, he was only 5 when his parents decided they didn't want him anymore.
I just remember repacking my stuff and being dropped off at this house.
Handed to a complete stranger, arranged on the internet.
Well, I'll give you a thumbnail of how we came to do that story. We had read an incredible series by Reuters about this concept of rehoming in the United States, and literally it is about children whose families, for one reason or another, decide they can't deal with them anymore, don't want them anymore, and started trying to find other homes for them. And because we live in, the digital era, where these things can happen with the click of a mouse, people were posting children on the internet. And our first instinct was, oh my God, how is that possible? This is where, I can see you post a pet, a dog, an old sofa, but a child, really? But it was intriguing, clearly. And then we thought, well, we should see, but surely this can't be happening in Canada. The laws are different. It couldn't be happening here. And so we started looking into it, and lo and behold, we found the story of young Moses. And the story was essentially that he had been adopted from Liberia as a baby, not as a toddler, and brought to Canada. His birth family had taken him to an orphanage. It had been run by a Christian organization. Who then, found homes for children, including overseas. And this family from Canada the father had gone over and taken possession of young Moses and brought him back to BC. And very quickly, for I think many complicated reasons, some of which we tried to explore in the piece, the relationship deteriorated. Moses was of an age, had lived in a place at a time where clearly he would have been traumatized by what was going on in Liberia at that point. The family, I think, was, even by their own admission, completely unprepared for dealing with a child like that. They lived in a small community. There doesn't appear to have been an awful lot of support around them. And so they tried to make it work. They tried to seek help. They tried to figure out what the problems were, and came to a point where they, I guess, concluded it wasn't going to work, and this was now causing more strain within the family. I think that, again, they told us that that at one point they came to the conclusion that either Moses had to go or the family was going to fall apart.